Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to a little video about YouTube and 2017 and me and YouTubing in general. This is a bit of a different video. It's not going to be your only video tonight, don't worry. I've actually got something really cool for you later as well. But this is a video I've put off making for quite a long time. I often kind of put off a video like this, but it's an important video, so I just kind of want to explain a couple of I think, interesting and important things about YouTubing in general. Now, for those of you who have joined more recently, and by more recently I mean in like the last 18 months or thereabout, which is an awful lot of people, because the channel's grown hugely in the last 18 months. Some of you therefore will not be aware of how things used to be in the dark days of long ago and what my actual relationship exactly with the channel is. The thing is, as of September 2015, YouTube became my job. Before that point, it was just a hobby for me. And back in those days, when I just started off, I think we were originally doing, there was just like one video a week, then it became 2 videos a week. That was pretty extreme. Went up to 2 videos a week. And at one point, before that point, we did as an experiment, there was a month, I think it might have been November 2014, if I'm recalling correctly, where I did 1 video a day for an entire month. That was craziness at that point. That required huge amounts of work and effort, and it was incredibly tiring. Because at the same time, I was doing a full-time job. But by September 2015, the channel had got just big enough that, well, in all fairness, it probably at that point wasn't really big enough for me to make this my only job. But the thing was, literally, I was realising that I did not have enough time to work a full-time job and do YouTube to the kind of standard and quantity that I wanted to do at the same time. So I quit my job and I started doing YouTube. And YouTube being my job, that means YouTube is my entire source of income. And that's very different from a normal job, because in YouTube, you don't get a wage. Some of you may be aware of this, some of you may not be. The way that YouTube kind of basically works is what's generally called an ad revenue model, which basically means those ads that you see in front of my videos, basically they generate an incredibly small amount of money, but as long as you get loads of views, that incredibly small amount of money adds up, and then YouTube says, hey, I'd like half of that, pretty much, and then the other half of that gets given to me as the person who made the video. That's broadly how it's supposed to work, except that's very different from a wage, because a wage that you get for a job is generally a fixed amount. Now, it's nice getting a fixed amount of money each month, because that means you know how much is coming in that month, and thus you can make commitments, like how much you can pay to afford to live somewhere, and eat, and do other things, and buy unicycles, or whatever it is that you do with your money. I don't know what people do with money who aren't me. Possibly you all buy unicycles, I've no idea. Ad revenue is, in short, woefully inconsistent, low at some times of the year, high at other times of the year. Some days it just plummets, some days it goes back up again. You simply have no idea how much it's actually going to be, and also on a longer term basis, it has been in a steady decline for a large number of years. This is why many YouTubers have gone over to brand deals and sponsorships. And I just feel like they are not for me. I've been offered them in the past. I've never felt comfortable taking them, which is why we have come on to Patreon. So that the community, if it wishes to, can directly support us and keep us doing exactly what I love doing without there being any conflict of interest. Patreon is effectively a monthly tipping service. You decide how much you think Many a True Nerd is worth to you, and you pledge that as a monthly tip, and we get that in order to directly support Many a True Nerd. And that gives me the ability and the security to run my own life and indeed invest in Many a True Nerd as well. In return, I do a monthly podcast, the Patron Cast, which acts as a kind of a rolling Q&A, Ask Me Anything type format, as well as being a behind-the-scenes look at all the stuff that's been happening over the last month, and indeed what is coming in the following month as well. At the time you're hearing this video, a new Patron Cast covering the month of January should have actually gone out a couple of hours ago, so if you were to sign up today, there will be a brand new one waiting for you right now. And with the security that Patreon provides me with, I think we can do even more amazing things for the channel going forward. In particular, right now at the time of recording, we're getting out about 11 or 12 videos a week, which is pretty much as I'm physically capable of producing. So, with the security provided by Patreon, I would like to hire someone to actually come and join the Many a True Nerd family to help me out with things like a little bit of editing, some of the easier to edit series like Rome Total War or Mass Effect 2, series like that, as well as helping me me out with things just like the uploading, tagging, setting up thumbnails, lots of stuff that happens in the background you don't really think about, but takes time away from me being able to make more videos. With an extra person on board, I think we can get out more videos per month, and I think that's what everyone would like to see. It would also help me do more community days, more live streams, more weird experiments that might be risky if I was relying on ad revenue alone. Things like the Choose Your Own Apocalypse that came out a little while ago. That took an awful lot of work, but I didn't know whether it was going to be successful. When we're more dependent on Patreon and less on ad revenue, it's easier for us to take that sort of risk. And finally, I want to stress that this is 100% completely optional. With the exception of the Patreon cast, all of my videos will be free forever and posted first and exclusively on YouTube. They are for everyone. People who choose to back me on Patreon don't get access to videos that are just for them, or access to videos early, or anything of that nature. This is entirely 100% optional. I wouldn't have it any other way, and if you choose to support the channel in other ways, such as whitelisting YouTube channels in Adblock, disabling Adblock entirely, or taking part in, say, the YouTube Red program, that is fantastic for us as well. Thank you all so very, very much. If, however, you fancy it, or you feel like we're worth it, or you feel like you could comfortably end each month with $1 less a month, say, then your direct support is hugely appreciated and helps keep this whole thing going. Anyway, that's that, and thanks very much for listening. Thank you very much, and goodbye.